A few weeks ago, we looked at flat earther Mikey Smith as he phoned up observatories telling them that space is fake. We also learned in that video that Mikey was planning to sue the Canadian Space Agency. And guess what? He's not finished yet. Hello all and welcome along to another video with me, Simon Dan. Thanks very much for joining me. Okay, quick little announcement before we continue. The Simon Dan Book Club has now officially launched. And honestly, the response has blown me away. We're already at 75 founding members. Incredible. If you're wondering what all this is about, every 2 months we'll dive into a really great science book together. The kind of thing that fits the themes of this channel perfectly. You know, evidence and curiosity and none of the usual nonsense we have to debunk. And if you get the physical box option, you'll get a themed box. The first one ships in March next year. There'll be some extra goodies inside too. I've been working on box 1 this week. It's going to be really cool. For the first box, 10 copies of the book I've chosen will be signed by the author and will go out randomly. And if you sign up before February the 10th, you will be a founding member, and there'll be a little extra gift for all founding members in that first box. There's also a digital version too, where you can get all of the online goodies without having the box and the book delivered. If you want to join us from the beginning, the link is in the description, or just go to simondanbookclub.com, where you can find all the details and you can become a founding member. Right then, let's get on with today's video, which, as we learned from the intro, comes from flat earther Mikey Smith. We start as Mikey begins flicking through the pages of a National Geographic magazine. This one's an absolute gem, by the way. He started off earlier in this stream explaining how the Canadian Space Agency got back to him regarding his lawsuit. They told him that he's got no proof of them faking space, so he's already not in a great mood. Amazing. Let's see how this one unfolds, shall we? Here we go.
And the Atlas of Space. Isn't that funny? The Atlas of Space, folks. And what do we got here? Nothing but cartoons, of course. Garbage, garbage, garbage. Anyways, okay, let's see.
Space photography isn't like taking a quick snapshot from your back garden. Telescopes rarely produce Instagram-ready JPEGs. A lot of them capture raw data across wavelengths we can't see. Scientists process that data into visible images, so then we can actually understand what we're looking at. It's not cartoons, it's information, just translated into a form that our brains can interpret.
See if there's any memes in here. That's horrible picture, horrible, unbelievable. Wow. This is, oh, here you go. What's this one? The white oval seen here is one of the 8 massive rotating storms on Jupiter. Yeah. That are referred to collectively as the string of pearls. Yes, very interesting. This enhanced image of Jupiter's southern hemisphere was created. Yes, I know it was created using data from NASA's Juno spacecraft. No, I don't think so. This looks like a bunch of water paint marks or finger painting of some sort, but it's absolute garbage. Okay, so.
Of course, enhanced doesn't mean invented. When missions like Juno collect their data, they're not sending back a holiday photo. They capture brightness, colour, composition, and radiation information all in separate channels. And as I said, most of it's invisible to the human eye. Combining those channels into a visual image is how we make sense of that data, and often reveals weather patterns like that storm he's looking at there from Jupiter.
Yes, okay, I can't stand wasting time. Because why? Because time is going to come to an end. Time does not continue on forever and ever and ever. Because why? Because you're going to die. I'm going to die, so we've got to get done now. Not in years from now. We got to do it now, right?
Not a sentiment I disagree entirely with there, Mikey. Well done.
And remember, my time is not more important than yours, and your time is not more important than mine. So what do? You respect my time too, because I have a life too also, right?
Very true, but calling up observatories and suing the Canadian Space Agency is taking up other people's time that doesn't need to be taken up, isn't it, Mikey? It really does work both ways, my friend.
For those of you who don't understand the concept of time, 5, 4, 6, 3. All right.
And now he's going to call National Geographic and waste their time too. Brilliant.
Thank you for calling National Geographic. You can now take care of many customer service activities and subscriber questions easily and quickly at our website. Just visit nationalgeographic.com and click on Manage Your Subscription at the bottom of the page. If you're calling with questions about an existing subscription, press 1. If you're calling to place an order, press 2. If you're calling regarding a digital subscription, press 3. For all other inquiries, please stay on the line.
Digital subscription? Now they even have a better chance of reenacting or...
For quality assurance purposes, this call may be monitored or recorded.
I'll do my best to help you today, and if I can't, I'll transfer you to someone who can.
All I can think of at the moment is the poor person who's going to be on the end of this phone call and having to deal with this from Mikey.
Thank you for calling National Geographic Magazine. This is Kate. To pull up your account, may have your zip code and the spelling of your last name.
Oh, I don't have an account. I'm just phoning in regards to a few of your catalogs that you've got out, or magazines. I would like to talk to one of the photo editors or somebody who produces the magazine and the images that you have in the catalogs and your space atlas that I've got.
So Mikey wants to talk to photo editors, and I'll tell you why. He obviously believes the images in National Geographic are fabricated, we know this. But not because he has evidence, but because they don't look the way he expects space to appear. And a conversation with an editor or scientist wouldn't help here. They would simply explain how real space imagery is processed, and why it often looks different to what our eyes see. Things like infrared, UV, false colour, stacked exposures, all of which are very common in astronomy. The problem here isn't access to the experts. It's that Mikey has already decided they're lying before hearing the explanation.
Oh, I see. I am so sorry, but we do not have a phone number for our editorial, but I can give you their email address.
Okay.
Would that work for you?
So Mikey writes down the email address here before having another crack with the lady on the phone.
Okay. And so there's nobody over the phone that I could talk to about any of the photos or the pictures that they're producing?
Oh, yes. I am so sorry, sir. We don't have a phone number for that.
Okay. Yeah, I'm just passing on some information. I've got the Atlas of Space. It is the which one is it here? The version of 12/28/18, and all of the pictures that's in the catalog are all computer generated. I'm wondering if you guys have any real photos of space whatsoever. So I'm curious why you're conspiring a story about space, and there could be a lawsuit coming towards you too, because you're falsifying information.
Can you imagine being that person on the phone right now, working for one of the biggest and oldest publications in the world, and you hear that? Unreal. Let's clear something up though. Computer generated is not automatically the same thing as made up. Any digital photograph you've ever taken is technically computer generated. Your camera sensor turns light into numbers, and a processor turns those numbers into an image. Space missions do exactly the same thing, just with more channels and more precision. And as for the idea of another lawsuit, Mikey, to have a case, you'll need evidence that the data itself is fabricated, not that you just personally don't like how the images look. At the moment, all Mikey really is arguing here is it doesn't match what I imagine space should look like, therefore it's fake. That's not a legal argument, of course, it's just disbelief.
So you can pass that on to the somebody there. Yeah.
Oh, well, yeah, sure, I can actually pass that one.
I bet you anything she's not going to pass that on.
Yeah.
Please also make sure to use the email address that I have gave you.
Yes, for sure.
So
Yeah.
that we can actually reply your mail, okay?
Okay. Thank you very much for your time, then.
Yes, you're welcome.
Yeah, thank you,
Thank you
yeah.
for calling National Geographic Magazine. Have a great day.
Yeah.
Bye
Bye bye.
now.
Yeah. Bye bye. Thank you for calling the National Cartoon Society. Okay. So here we go. Look at this. I want to show you this. Look at this. What is this? What is this? What took this picture?
Well, from what I can tell, nothing did. This looks like an artistic image, and I found it on Shutterstock. And I bet you can read about that image in the magazine, Mikey.
Again, it was not taken by a camera of any sorts whatsoever, okay? This is 100% garbage. And I think I might even just bring up my email and we'll email them together, okay?
My word, it gets better. Let's have a look at this.
Hi, my name is Mike. I am writing from Saskatchewan, Canada. And I'm notifying you of your fake computer-generated images of the cartoon pictures that you have in your Atlas of Space version 12/28/18. I am very curious on why you're doing this, why you're faking space pictures when you and I know that space is fake.
Imagine receiving this email in your inbox on a Monday morning. Brilliant. And it's funny, Mikey saying, you and I know space is fake. That's not a shared truth for Mikey. It's a belief he's trying to impose on someone. And he's not presenting any evidence that those images are faked in the email either. He's simply asserting it as fact. Starting, of course, with the assumption, the incorrect assumption that space is fake. If you begin with a conclusion, everything becomes proof of that conclusion.
I have recorded the firmament and real actual stars. They are frequencies and they are not millions of miles away.
Incorrect, Mikey, and no, you haven't recorded the firmament. You have recorded real stars though, just out of focus or through a pair of binoculars with an iPhone.
We should probably talk in the future because this could cause National Geographic to have a big lawsuit on your hands.
It won't. I mean, not at all. This really is funny.
Conspiring a story about space is what you are doing, and you're getting paid to do that for some reason. Please get back to me when you have at your earliest convenience.
So what Mikey has done here is email National Geographic, a 136-year-old science institution, to inform them that space is fake and they could soon be facing a lawsuit based on entirely how the pictures look to him. No evidence, no contradictions to the data, just personal disbelief. I mean, imagine threatening legal action against a publisher because a spacecraft image looks too detailed. My word. If there really were fraud here, the proof would be in the data. Telemetry, spectroscopy, independent observations from astronomers all over the world. And all of those align. The science holds up. The lawsuit, if any is started, will not. And that is where we're going to wrap this one up. I do hope you enjoyed this one today. Please do let me know in the comments what you thought of Mikey emailing and phoning up National Geographic magazine there. As I say, we're all done and dusted for another one. Thank you so much for watching today as ever. If you enjoyed it, please do consider subscribing to the channel and hitting the thumbs up button too. Just enough time to tell you about the Simandan Book Club. All you got to do is go to simandanbookclub.com and you can check out both editions, the physical box and the digital edition, and you can become a founding member. I've been Simandan, have yourselves a great day, and I'll see you tomorrow where someone tells us the real reason that they're spraying chemtrails. Should be fun. See you then.